Hello everyone. Well, showers and storms are looking likely today in southeast Nebraska as a slow-moving cold front pushes into the area. And though the chance is small, we can't rule out a couple of severe storms. So let's time things out for you. We're starting at 8 a.m. this morning. Nothing to worry about for the morning commute, just mostly sunny skies. However, the cloud cover will be increasing, and as early as noon, we might start to see a couple of showers and storms pop up. So, as early as noon, I'm also going to mention the chance for a couple of severe storms. Again, I actually think today it's more likely that we're going to avoid the severe storms and we're just going to see regular thunderstorms, but there are just enough ingredients in place. We've got a cold front coming in, we've got above normal temperatures, above normal humidity, that we could see a couple of storms overachieve. And I do think the peak of the activity today is probably going to be about 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Notice the gaps at 3, 4 o'clock, but overall more seeing rain than missing out. And it's going to be a very warm day. And just like yesterday, most of us are going to be topping out in the low 90s. And this is a cold front that's not coming in with much wind because actually this front is going to temporarily stall out over us. So unless you get under a thunderstorm, we're not talking about much wind today, no more than 10 miles per hour. But you get under a thunderstorm and then, yeah, gusts 30, 40 miles per hour, possibly some gusts stronger than that if we get a severe storm. Notice by 6 o'clock, the activity starting to come down just a hair, but still quite a bit of activity. I do think by 9 o'clock, though, a temporary lull in the activity, maybe still a stray shower or two, maybe a weak thunderstorm. But if we're going to see any severe storms, it's going to be in the afternoon and early evening hours, though we'll get to it in just a minute. I do think the rain chance is going to continue. But as far as the potential for seeing some severe storms, and again, I do want to stress that most of the storms that pop up this afternoon and into the early evening hours are just going to be your routine thunderstorms with heavy rain and lightning. But it is possible we might get a couple to overachieve and possibly produce up to penny-sized hail, wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. And if you're wondering, penny-sized hail can damage crops, can damage plants, but wouldn't leave dents in your car, wouldn't damage your roof. Wind gusts around 50 miles per hour aren't going to take down an entire tree, but can bring down tree branches, which can then hit a power line, and then suddenly we've got a few power outages. Flooding, because of the slow-moving nature of these storms, it is possible in a couple spots. I do want to stress a couple spots. Most of us probably only going to see a quarter inch, a half an inch rain. That's what's going to be most common. But these are going to be fairly slow-moving thunderstorms, especially with this slow-moving cold front that's actually going to stall out. So it's not impossible that a storm could move so slowly that a few spots could see up to 2 inches of rain. If that 2 inches of rain occurs in a low-lying or poorly drained location, then we could see a few flooded roads. But overall, the chance of flooding is very low. And we're not concerned about any tornadoes. Again, potential for severe storms from noon to 9 o'clock this evening. But now we're looking at 1 a.m. tonight because I talked about how things were going to quiet down around 9 o'clock. Well, beginning possibly around 1 a.m., it looks like some new showers and storms are going to fire up. Now, these would definitely be just routine thunderstorms, but I do want to mention that during the overnight hours and into early tomorrow morning, we might get some new storms to fire up, which is kind of unusual. We usually talk about the overnight hours being completely quiet. Well, with this front stalled out over us, and you can see the difference in temperatures. Look how it's cooler to the east over in Iowa and warmer to the west. This is a cold front that's actually coming in from the east, kind of an odd direction cold front as well. So with the front still stalled over us, that's going to keep the chance for showers and storms going through the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. Here we are at 5 a.m. and notice that there is a chance of showers and storms for the morning commute, 9 a.m. Heavy rain, lightning spots, again, not any severe storms because the atmosphere is still fairly stable. Temperatures upper 60s, low 70s, but I need to mention the chance for some heavy rain and lightning in spots for the morning commute tomorrow. I do think for tomorrow, though, the best chance of rain is in the morning because though the front will have stalled out over us through tonight and into tomorrow morning, once we get into the afternoon tomorrow, it's going to start pushing to the west again. And as it does so, our rain chance is going to be dropping. So notice by 1 o'clock, still a little bit of activity, but not as much as was showing up at 9 a.m. And even into the late afternoon, particularly in the western part of the area, I've got to keep the chance for some isolated showers and storms, but definitely looking quieter tomorrow afternoon compared to today. The better chance of showers and storms is going to be to the west of us. And notice we're going to be on the cool side of the front tomorrow, so it's going to be about 10 degrees cooler. We're talking about high temperatures mainly in the low 80s, mid 80s, which is normal for this time of year. So this cold front cooling us back to where we should be for this time of year. And there may be a little bit more wind tomorrow, but not much. Gusts around 15 miles per hour.